First, I'd like to thank our features tonight. Awesome reading. One more round of applause. Aaron, great to see you after all these years. The valedictorian. Fellow graduates, I am a dime of few words, and I don't have to tell you that birds of a feather are hard to swallow. Not to burst your haystack, but you can't juggle a book by its cover. You might get the short end of the cake, but why cry over a rock in a hard place? What goes up must drop like flies. No use barking up the wrong windmill. All I can say is, I've seen eyes that could rain your socks off. So don't make a mountain out of a drawing board. Remember, even the sharpest knife has a silver lining. These are, thank you. These are a couple of poems on the current state of America, I think. Manifest Destiny. I once took a job as a metaphor for colonialism. I want you to populate the cells in column C, the boss said. Alone? I asked. What do you mean? She said. I mean, even Adam had Eve. She smiled as if she just kissed a snowman. It's not that kind of job, she said. I spent the next 3 months populating cells. Some I filled with chickens, others with broth. Some I filled with old Irish ballads. In one I placed a lone crutch and a snapping turtle. In another a pig mask and a scythe. One day the boss came to my cube. You're done, she said. We'll send your pay. But what about the other columns, I asked. If you've done your job right, she said, they'll populate themselves. A week later, when I went to my mailbox, it was filled with bones. This one's from my childhood. This just came to me. I was writing something totally different, and this memory came to me from my childhood. For which it stands. For the Pledge of Allegiance, the teacher insists I place my crippled right hand over my heart. She won't let me use my left. I want to know why. What's wrong with the left? Can't you just hold on to your shirt? She says, shoving each word off a cliff. When I say no, she gets a safety pin from her desk and says, give me your hand. So I stand, sleeve pinned to my shirt, and begin my oath. This, yeah, 60s, baby. This is a short piece. We've all been to the doctor. We've already filled out that pre-treatment questionnaire every time we go to see a new physician. There's a list. There's always a list. There's either personal information, and then there's all the conditions, and list any previous conditions. And to make it easy, it's a checkbox list because you can't always think of everything. So there's like 4,000 conditions. So this is called plague. Check all that apply. Hypertension, insomnia, black cat bone, ruby slippers, blood in the ambrosia, tremors in the sacristy, sudden anguish, glass fatigue, synchronized weeping, moral fluidity, unplanned divination, inability to see laughing people, motion sickness, sleeping sickness, braille chalkboards, 3 birds on a 2-bird branch, a glass of flaming bitters, the shock of it all. Can you imagine? So many frogs. Thank you. I will close with this one. If you've ever heard of the poet Matthias Valina, he's a younger poet, younger than me, that's just about everyone. Very surreal, sort of flying images. His books are Creation Myth and Wastoid. You get a chance to check him out. This is after Matthias Molina. It's kind of a creation myth called Once Everything. Once everything was carried by a woman with a hawk's head. Once everything looked more like a backpack, and the hawk was everything's mom. Once everything sprained an ankle, leaping over a time serpent, which is what they called string theory. Once everything had a stomach ache. That's how humans were made. Once everything fit into a single carbon atom the way 1,000 goodbyes can fit inside a phone call. Once everything tried out for the team and made it, only to be cut after half a season. Once everything did a swan dive to see if people would gasp. They did. Once everything put cinnamon in its coffee but didn't like it. Once everything tried becoming forgiveness but learned it doesn't work that way. Once everything went swimming and swam farther and farther until everything couldn't see anything but itself. Once everything was stacked by the door. That's the last time it was together. Once everything lied about its age. Once everything embraced its inner freak. Once everything got drunk and stripped and danced, accidentally starting time by kicking over a space heater. Afterward, it walked through an empty field and named all the bees. Thank you.